Hi there, it's Coach Tresa. Can I share something with you? Yesterday, I talked to a friend who was literally crying in her car between dropping her mom off at physical therapy and picking up her son from soccer practice. Through her tears, she was saying, I feel like I'm failing everyone, including myself. If that hits close to home, you're definitely not alone. Welcome to our video, The Sandwich Generation, Finding Your Sweet Spot in the Middle. If you can relate to my friend's cry for help, you're in that special place where you're lovingly squished between caring for your kids and your aging parents, often while wondering where you fit in the picture. I'm here today because I want you to know something important, something you probably rarely hear and never say to yourself. You're doing an incredible job, even when it doesn't feel like it. And while being in the sandwich generation comes with those very unique challenges, there are some really practical ways to find more balance and joy as you navigate this season of life. Today, I'm going to talk about what makes this phase so tricky, why taking care of yourself isn't selfish, and I'll share 3 simple action steps that can help you breathe a little easier. This will only take about 7 or 8 minutes, so if you can, take a deep breath and tune in. The first thing I want to say is that you're not imagining it. What you are doing is really hard. Second, let me support what you already know. This sandwich generation thing is no joke. About 26% of adults in the U.S. are right where you are, juggling homework help and medical appointments, college tuition, and prescription pickups. And many of you in the sandwich generation are also navigating a stressful full-time job at the same time. You're part of a growing club that nobody really asks to join, but here you are. Many people in our society wonder why this is happening now. Well, we're having kids later, our parents are living longer, which is wonderful, and families are more spread out than they used to be. So instead of having a village to help, many of us are flying solo. Here's a reality that I hear from so many people in your shoes. I feel so guilty all the time. When you're at your daughter's recital, you're thinking about your dad's upcoming surgery. When you're helping your mom organize her medications, you're worried about missing your son's basketball game. It's like your heart is always in 2 places at once. And can we talk about the mental load for a second? You're not just managing your own calendar. You're coordinating doctor appointments for your folks, school events for your kids, family schedules, and somehow trying to remember everyone's preferences and needs. It's totally exhausting, and it's completely understandable that you feel overwhelmed. One of the toughest parts is that most people don't see what you're doing. Your boss might not understand why you need flexibility for both child and parent care. Friends without elderly parents might wonder why you can't be as spontaneous anymore. Even family members might not realize how much coordination and emotional energy goes into keeping everyone happy and healthy. But here's what I want you to remember. What you're doing matters tremendously. You're holding your family together during a really important transition time. That's not small stuff. That's love in action. Okay, let's take a moment to talk about something super important. You. I know. It feels weird to focus on yourself when everyone else needs you so much. But remember what they say on airplanes? Put your own oxygen mask on first before helping others? Seriously, when you're running on empty, physically exhausted, emotionally drained, stressed about everything, you can't show up as your best self for anyone. You might find yourself more impatient with your kids, more frustrated with your parents, or making reactive decisions from a place of overwhelm rather than the patience and clarity that is needed in the moment. Plus, I gotta say, your kids are watching how you handle all this. When they see you setting healthy boundaries and taking care of yourself, you're teaching them valuable life skills. You're showing them that it's possible to be caring and responsible while still honoring your own needs. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's actually one of the most loving things you can do for your family, because when you're healthier and happier, everyone benefits. So let's talk about how to make that happen with 3 simple action steps. You probably already know these steps, but it never hurts to hear a caring reminder. Step number 1 is to build your support squad. You know you don't have to do this alone, but sometimes it just feels so much easier to just get things done yourself. I want you to think about building what I call your support squad. Start by making a list of everything you're currently handling. Everything. From driving to appointments, to managing bills, to being the family communication center. Now, here's the fun part. Who else could help with some of these things? Maybe your sister who lives across the country can't drive mom to appointments, but she could research assisted living options or handle insurance claims. Your teenager might not be able to manage grandpa's medications, but they could definitely run to the grocery store or teach him how to video chat. Don't forget about the community resources too. Many areas have wonderful senior services, volunteer programs, or respite care options. Sometimes we just get so focused on handling everything ourselves that we forget there are people whose job it is to help families like yours. Step number 2 is to create sacred time boundaries. And this second step is a game changer, creating what I call sacred time boundaries. Instead of being available for everything all the time, try scheduling specific windows for different activities. Maybe Tuesday evenings are for helping mom with her bills, and Saturday mornings are non-negotiable family time with your kids. And don't forget a date night with your partner. And here's the big one. You need some protected time just for you. I'm talking about time that's completely yours. Whether it's a 20-minute walk in the morning, time for your hobby in the evening, or a monthly coffee date with your girlfriend. Mark it on your calendar like you would any important appointment, because it is. Learning to say no to some things actually makes you more present and effective when you say yes. You don't have to attend every school committee meeting or handle every family crisis personally. Give yourself permission to prioritize and pass on some of the load to someone else. Step number 3 is to simplify with smart systems. This third action step is all about making your life easier with simple systems. Start with a shared family calendar. Digital ones work great because everyone can see what's coming up and you can strategize who can help out. Try to batch similar activities together. Do all the prescription pickups in one trip. Schedule medical appointments on the same day when possible. Or set up regular check-in calls with your parents instead of handling everything as it comes up. Look for ways to automate the routine stuff, like automatic prescription refills, automatic bill paying, grocery delivery, meal planning services, whatever makes sense for your situation. The goal is to reduce what I call decision fatigue, all those little choices that add up to mental exhaustion. And remember, these systems don't have to be perfect right away. You can start small, see what works, and adjust as you go. Keep asking the question, how can I make this easier by doing less? The key is to finding rhythms that support you rather than stress you out. Listen, being in the sandwich generation is one of those phases in life that nobody really prepares you for, but so many of us are going through it. You're navigating complex emotions, juggling multiple responsibilities, and doing it all while trying to show up as your best self for the people you love most. Here's what I want you to remember. You don't have to be perfect at this. The goal isn't to achieve some magical balance where everything is smooth all the time. The goal is to create sustainable rhythms that let you care for your family while also caring for yourself. You're doing something beautiful and important, even on the days when it feels so chaotic and overwhelming. Be gentle with yourself. Ask for help when you need it, and remember that this time in your life, it won't last forever. But the care and the love that you're showing will always be remembered. Thanks for listening. It's Coach Tresa. And don't forget to download the free Action Steps worksheet. If this helped you, share it with a friend or a family member who could use it. And remember, you've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way.